We're doing a plant haul. Hey folks, Drunken Homemaker here. I realize I never say my first name. My first name is Rosa, just so you know. A few weeks ago, one of my viewers, Amy P, shout out to Amy P, commented in the comment sections for me to check out Angle Acres in Orchard Park here in the Western New York area. And oh boy, this is amazing. You can't see the tray that I have in front of me, but I have a tray of some of my most coveted plants that were on my wish list that I did not even dare to dream that I could get, which just goes to show you. Sometimes we put out into the universe that like, oh, but I'm not ready for that, or it'll come, but the universe is like, no girl, you're ready. It's coming all at once. That sounded weird, but here we go. So let me mention the first plant. In like the video before the last, I talked about it being a spring wish list plant, and it was the only one that I talked about in that video because it was the only one that I thought was attainable. Here she is, my Jade Pothos. She is here. She is glorious. I'm hoping the camera is showing off all of her chartreusey deliciousness. I want to eat it. Yeah, she was the reason that I went to Angle Acres, and there was a bunch of her, and they were all very healthy root system. I get to cross her off my wish list. This is just the first plant that I got there. Can you believe it? I got my Jade Pothos that was on my wish list, and it was one of those plants that I was like, I need this plant. Like, I'm gonna do so well with it. It's gonna look amazing. I've mentioned in every single video, I think, in my whole life that I love this type of foliage. Anything that has a lime green chartreusey deliciousness, I'm here for. This color and purple together, just got to make a plant like that. One with both of these colors together, and then I'll be the happiest person on the face of the planet. But this was just the first plant. This is the first plant. This is the first one. There were so many. Okay, let's keep going because this is going to take forever. The second plant that was on my wish list, that I didn't know was on my wish list until I saw it, is this variegated purple heart. I mean, this one is pretty self-explanatory why I got it. This is a very easygoing plant. I've had a regular purple heart forever, and it just performs well for me. It's not very fussy, and it just looks like this. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna look amazing all the time. Yeah, I just love the look of this plant. It's a very easygoing plant. I also didn't mention pricing. All of these plants were very, very reasonably priced. I can't remember all of the prices, but I mean, I think the Jade Pothos was like $6. I feel like this one was either $4 or $5. Very reasonably priced for the size. This is a family-owned and operated business, and if I can keep my money local, I'm gonna do my best to do that. So this is the Variegated Purple Heart. My next guy, I think this is a Jade Pothos. Don't quote me on that, and let me know if this is a different one, but because of the variegation on it, it is so cute. Look at it. It's so compact, very cute, very full, healthy plant. I don't have much to say about it except that it wasn't necessarily on my wish list, but as soon as I saw it, I just couldn't leave it behind. It's just one of those plants. And I would imagine that this one requires a higher light than regular pothos or a regular like a golden pothos. But we'll see. Right now it's getting nice, bright, indirect light where it is. And I'm not going to repot it until absolutely necessary. I did take a look at all the root systems on all of these plants. They all look so healthy and happy that I'm just going to let them hang until they're ready to be repotted. The next plant is, so I saw this plant for the first time in my life a few weeks ago. I think it was one of Amanda Plantarina's videos, and I fell in love with it, and I couldn't believe that I hadn't seen this plant before. It is a strawberry syngonium. I think it's a strawberry syngonium. It wasn't labeled, but that to me, because I did buy one a few weeks ago that was more of like a brown, bronzy color, definitely looked different from this. I do think that it is a strawberry syngonium. Correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, even if it's not a strawberry syngonium, it's pretty. So yeah, and I actually did get a little guy of this one. So I bought two. Originally, I just wanted to see the price difference, but then my mom has like kind of low light in her house and she has difficulty keeping house. She's bless her heart, she doesn't have trouble keeping plants alive. I do think that sometimes she takes risks with plants that need a little more light than she gets in her apartment. So I got her a little baby guy because this plant is technically a low light plant. I don't know if because it's variegated it needs a little more light to keep the variegation. I guess we'll find out. But I just thought it was so cute and I thought that she would really like it. So I got my mommy a little baby plant. All right. So that's the strawberry Singhania and they look so cute. And I love them because, again, hashtag pink plant obsessed. I really am. I'm obsessed with these plants right now. Okay, which one am I going to do next? I did pot this one up. I actually separated it. I bought one plant that had two of these guys in it. This one is a Variegated Peperomia. And I think it's an obtusifolia, a Variegated obtusifolia. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm not going to be your education plant guru. I'm definitely not that person. I'm more of I'm really passionate about plants, and if I can get you to be passionate about plants with me, that's great. So anyway, I'm in a very chatty mood today. This is a Variegated Peperomia obtusifolia, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It has this beautiful red pink margin, and it's got a little bit of the creaminess that other variegated varieties have. It's beautiful, and it has pink margins, and it's a very easygoing plant. You really have to be working hard to kill this one. So of course I bought one. So it came in a can that I think was a little bit bigger than this, and it had both of these in there. So I decided to separate them just because I wanted them to have their own little space to develop and do all that. I did do that with another pair of plants. So I didn't buy two of these. I only bought one. Very reasonably priced. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I didn't buy anything that I felt was unreasonable. So there's that. Okay, so I bought, this has been on my list for a while, so I'm very, very pleased with this purchase. The next one that I purchased was, was a variegated rubber plant. I will see if I can find the variety below, and I will list it below right here. And these were, again, in one container. I did separate them just because I wanted to each give them a little bit of room and time. I wanted to give myself time to decide if I wanted them in the same planter, etc., etc. I did kind of break my rule about not repotting them right away, but I wanted them to grow separately. So the next plant is this Variegated Jade. Is she pretty? This one I paid the most for. And the reason I felt comfortable doing that was because actually the pot that I bought had two of these little trees. And you can see how much time has gone into growing one of these. So the pot that I bought it in, I think I paid $25 for this plant, but it came with two of these Variegated Jade in it. So I took one and I brought it to work. I don't have that one here, obviously, for that reason. But I wanted to separate them. They were kind of like interlocked because they're both kind of going in one direction. But I figured that I could train this one to not lean to one side. But, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious why I bought it. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. Very, very pleased with this. I'm going to definitely be putting it out in the summer and hoping that it grows. I've always wanted a jade that has like this, that's just like a beautiful tree form that's just huge. And this is a good size to start with, I think. They did kind of like the heavy lifting when it comes to training it. And I could just sort of throw it outside. I don't know if you can tell, but this one also has that variegation where it has the pink on the new leaves. And I'm sorry, I know that makes me kind of basic, but I have a thing for those little pink margins. I just love it. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I really honestly, like, I would see these online and they were so expensive that I was like, there's no way. I'm not going to be able to get one of these, which, Rosa, think about the way that you think about things and say and put out there into the universe, because the universe was like, girlfriend, yes, you can have this. That is within reach. Here it is. And now I have it. So obviously this is a watermelon peperomia. I mean, I feel like most people have heard about it. The reason it's called that is because it looks like little tiny watermelon leaves. You know something that's so cute that it just makes you want to cry? That's this plant. That's what this plant does to me. I'm so excited about it. I cannot believe that I own this plant, but that's okay because we're working on that. We're working on accepting the gifts that the universe is sending my way, because this is just gorgeous. And I really genuinely was looking at the pricing that I saw online, and I was like, oh yeah, that's too expensive. I can't. And I got it for like, I think $10, which is not bad at all. And again, local. If I can support locally, I will do it every single time. Yeah, but I'm really happy about this one. The last plant in this haul, I got a Calathea ornata, which this plant doesn't look real. So if you know anything about Calatheas, they're a little bit harder to take care of. They are a little bit fussier than most plants because they prefer distilled water when you're watering them. They tend to get those like brown crunchy leaves if they're not getting enough humidity, which is why I have kind of, after the last Calathea I brought home and thoroughly killed, I was very, very skeptical about bringing home this Calathea. But that being said, I do feel like I can potentially keep this one very happy and healthy. It is one of those wish list plants because it has like this beautiful variegation, right? And you're looking at it from afar, but if I bring it a bit closer and cover my face with it, oh, it's pink. Those are pink lines. So I did pick this one up in spite of my reservations about it doing well in my house, and in spite of my reservations of feeling like, I don't know if I can take care of this one. But I'm going to try my best. And I did even collect some snow the other day so I can water it with snow water. I did water it yesterday with its snow water, and it does look like it's doing pretty well so far. So I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to say that this Calathea is the one that turned the ship around. It was the Calathea that introduced me into the world of Calatheas, and I never, ever looked back. I'm hoping to get more Calatheas moving forward if I can if I can do well with this one. But yeah, that really kind of does it for this haul. I love how I said, yeah, that kind of does it for like it isn't an absurd amount of plants. I feel really lucky. I feel really fortunate to have found this place. Really, really thank you to Amy P for pointing that out because I didn't know about it. And I know it sounds silly, but I just felt like, you know, you were sent by the universe to like point this out to me. So thank you so much, Amy, for opening my eyes to this beautiful place that was literally in my backyard. It's not literally in my backyard, but it's very, very close to where I live. And it's just a treasure of a place. It's really, really nice. And I'm very happy that I can put money into the local economy. So that's very exciting. Yeah, let me know if you have sort of issues like I do, where you're like, oh, I don't think I can afford that, you know. I will say this. I do think that what I'm seeing on YouTube is that there's like this clamor for the rare plants. And I realize that I've just done a haul of like mostly not rare plants, but harder to get plants, more expensive plants that are a little bit harder to find. But I don't think that that's all that it's about. I do think that plant lovers love plants. Even the ones that don't have variegation, even the ones that are just your tried and true, plain old, you know, no variegation, nothing special about the leaves, but we love them because they bring us joy and they make us happy and they're companions. I'm very passionate about plants, and I'm very happy, obviously, to be able to do a haul like this every once in a while. But this is by no means my regular. And this, even though I did splurge a little, it honestly was so reasonable. All of these plants were very, very reasonably priced. And I really feel very fortunate to have been able to make that purchase, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm rambling now. Yeah, I'm just getting everything together to show you all together, with the exception of the jade plant. The jade plant is back there. You'll have to use your imagination. I love it. I love it. Okay, Rosa, calm down. You're spilling soil everywhere. So yeah, that's it for this haul. Please let me know in the comments below if you have a crazy wish list plant that you're like, there's no way I'm never going to get my hands on one of those. Just let that ship sail. And we're going to manifest it in the comment section. We're going to say, this is the plant that is going to come to me and it's going to be amazing and it's going to be wonderful. So yeah, let's be more positive about, not necessarily about getting more stuff, but getting stuff that we're passionate about. I can honestly say that every single one of these plants I look at and my heart just goes, bing, like that. So make sure that you subscribe if you like content like this. As of this recording, I'm about 10 subscribers short of 100 subscribers. So if you can do me a favor, and if you've been watching for a while and you like my vibe, if you could make sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video if you like content like this, I would greatly appreciate it. As always, thank you for coming on this journey with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! That sounded so creepy. I wonder if it looks as creepy as it seemed like it was to me. Bye. My hair's different. We didn't talk about that. You know how YouTube be. Step 1, dye your hair. Step 2, step 3, profit.